It's back, baby. The window still works, don't worry. We just need to finish the other stuff on it. He dropped it back off. I'm a little bit sicker. Evidently, the blower motor doesn't work. Must be the rear one I hear. I don't know how to change the rear. Yeah, we have no front blower motor. Like I said, I don't know how to turn the rear on and off, but we have no front, so let's fix that. Step one. I'm getting too old to use this button. Here we go. Let's pop the hood, put a maintainer on it. If we can avoid dead batteries, it's always the best. Never fails. You just leave the key on, battery goes dead, and now the car won't pass inspection. Alright, let's get a light here. There's our blower motor. Let's see what this baby's made out of. Okay, keys on, blowers on high. Gave it the old Fonzarelli and that didn't work. Right, this is, how do we unplug that little fella? Those are awful little wires, and it's not a blower motor. Right? No, that's a fresh air door or something. Yeah, those wires are too small for a blower motor. Here, learn from me, folks. Idiot. We just make stuff up as we go, obviously. Let's have a look. Let me make sure there's no personal things in here. Take that out. Let's see, do we have a blower motor in here? Hey, there we go. We got some bigger wires here. It goes in there. Oh, that looks like a real friggin' treat. I wonder how that comes down. There's one screw in here from the top. Oh, this might be one we have to do off video because something's gonna have to break. Fun. Well, let's see if we have any power coming out of our resistor here, and then we'll take it from there. Let's see, blower motor's still on. Let's just take and back probe this little guy. We're just going over here on the 2-prong plug that goes to the motor. This should have power coming out of it. And it does not. Okay. Well, that's good. Now on the resistor here, I believe we're going to have a power and a ground. It's going to be one of these two big ones, I think. So let's have a look. Okay, so we've got power and ground going to the resistor. Let's just see which one's which. I think the blue is probably the power. Yeah, the blue's the power. Because on Chrysler, usually the black with orange is typically a ground. So blue is hooked up and then touching it on the dash here. So the blue's the power. That's a 4-amp light. So that means our middle wire is going to be our control from this little fella. So I grabbed our AES Wave U-Test kit, and we can check to see if we have control. Get control of yourself. I imagine it's some kind of pulse width modulated signal of some sort. We'll fire this little guy up. We'll get us a ground. We'll just hook that onto the dashboard here, onto the metal. We'll get us a little back probey. Bingo. There's that. I'll get our little scope here and we'll do some poking and hoping and see what we have. Got nothing there. Maybe it needs to be plugged in. I don't know if it pulls it down or what it does. Let's plug that in. Get up in this joint. Should be okay. Here we go. Let me move my light here, folks. Let me just get the time basis set up here on the screen a little bit. Oops, wrong way, fella. And then we'll go up to monitor. Let me just get this so it's easier to see. Monitors. Let me just see something here. Alright, we're gonna go to duty cycle. Okay, Here we go, show and tell time. So I'm back probed. Look at this. I can't set it here. Let me just, this guy does real good. So there is our duty cycle signal. And what are we? How many volts per division? We're at 2 volts, so it's 0 to 12 volts, it looks like. And you can see there we're running about 47% duty cycle as I'm going to change the speed down. Let's see, that is off. I think it's, oh no, it's not off, it's all the way on low. And then I'm going to progressively bring it up in speed. You should see our duty cycle shortening there. And then that's full beans right there, so that should be the lowest duty cycle. Looks like it's pulling it to ground. I can't really see what you're seeing, but start changing the speeds. And that's back to as low as it goes. That's about medium. And that's full bean. So we have control, we have power, we have ground. We have a bad blower resistor, which sometimes results from a bad blower motor. Alright, usually if a motor is drawing too much current, it'll take out the resistor. Or sometimes the resistor just fails. And oftentimes there's not published data on how much current the blower motor's supposed to draw. So sometimes that's an unknown variable. I did take a big fat guess and I ordered a blower motor and I ordered a resistor, because those are about the only two things that can go wrong besides a control unit. So let's go get our resistor and stick it on here and see what happens. It's your classic BR303. Got it from Napper. Not a sponsor, but we can't get OEM because of the UAW or AUW or whatever it's called, the union strike. So here we are. There's that little fella. Kind of looks like a meat tenderizer. Am I right? Let's unplug it. Did this guy just have this thing unplugged? Oh, we didn't have this one unplugged, did we? My hands hurt a little bit too much today. Let's go right for the knife. See if we can make them really hurt. There we go, that's unplugged. We've got our wearer toolkit again. It's got the clip on the back, you know, for the mechanic with the on-the-go lifestyle. Great little bit of kit. Let's see, it looks like an 8 mil. Close enough. I'll try to remember to put a link to this kit. People often ask about it. I think they did in our other video. And I didn't put any links there. So we'll take that screw out and take this little screw out. Pretty easy to do. Okay. Boom, there's that one. That one looks like a meat tenderizer too. Okay, that's kind of fun. Slide this little guy right in. Those are cooling fins, in case you're wondering. I assume most of you know that. Your blower resistors are typically installed in the path of the blower motor. That's what keeps them cool. That's cool, man. There's a couple different style blower resistors. This is the one for the automatic HVAC option. That's why it only has 3 wires on it. You know, your power, your ground, and your control. Or a lot of your other blower motors. Well, I guess it depends on how the control unit works, but most of the 3-wire ones are all pulse width modulated, controlled like this thing. Duty cycle controlled. And it's tiger tight. Tiger tight. Plug in the motor. And come on, little guy. There we go. Hit the power button. And nothing. We don't want to burn up anything. So let's go like this. We know we had no output, but we're gonna unplug it. I'm gonna get a couple jumpers, because if this motor's seized up, well, we don't want to be sitting here nuking our other controller. Now this one we know we had no power coming out of. we can prove that now because we can have it right out here in the open. We'll test it with the blower motor unplugged. Let me hit the power button. I've got the front blower all the way up on the high. Go across the two terminals here. And got nothing. But we have power and ground going in, right? We do. Power in. Nothing on the way out. And we know we have control because we checked that. Now instead of getting up and going to get a jumper lead to get in there, let's just go like this. Let's just pull it out and plug it in and just check it with our test light out here. Alright, we're going to take and plug it in. We're still cranked up on high. We should have power and ground coming out to light up a 4-amp test light. So maybe we've got two problems here. Or Napa just sold us a completely part, which is what it looks like they did. Go Napa. That's how you get the Napa know-how right there. Well, that sucks. Brand new parts junk. Power and ground. We know we have control, duty cycle control, because we've already tested it. We tested that with it plugged in. We just have a part that's junk. What we should do is go down to Wilbert's and just get the other freaking used one, because we know that's going to be better than a new one, obviously. Frick! You know what new stands for? Never ever worked. So let's go like this. These are how I usually drive Chevy trucks inside when they show up with their fuel pump modules routed out. So we're going to steal these jumper wires. Very gingerly slip it in there. Ground to ground. We're going full danger mode here. No fuse. Oh yeah! Alright, we got a blower. I'm curious. I wonder what the current draw is on it. I do have a new blower that we could compare it to, but you gotta use your noodle a little bit here. So this blower is in the box pushing air. It's going to draw more current than if we just fire up the motor here in outer space, because if we fire it up in outer space with the wheel spinning on it, it's not moving air like it's moving in the box, contrary to popular belief. Freaking junk, man. And it was all in here in a sealed up little bag, so it's brand new junk. Story of my life. We're gonna do a little something. I got the new blower motor here. I just want to see, we've got our amp clamp here. I'm gonna plug this one in. We're gonna see what our current draw is. Just out here. That's full beans. Our scale is 100 millivolts per amp. And we're drawing 2.25 volts. Okay. So move the decimal. Yeah. So that's what, 20. That's 22 amps, right? Yeah, 22 amps, full speed. So 22 amps at full speed. Let's see. This one's the power. I just don't want to. Now this one should be less because it's going to be, like I say, it's going to be hanging here in outer space. See if we can do this without getting chowdered up. Woo! We got a blower. Alright, this one's drawing 20 amps. So 2.02 volts or 2 volts. So that's 20 amps. Alright? Got me! Mother lover. She got me, boys. I'm here. Okay, we're safe now. Wow, who crimped this freaking crimp connector on? Well, this guy. You can learn stuff from me. Don't be like this guy. We'll fix that some other day. 20 amps, 22 amps, we're pretty close. If this one was pushing air in a closed box, I'm sure she'd jump up a little bit. Not too worried about it. Who's ready for round 2? Same brand part, different box. This one's from Fast Freddy's, Standard Motor Products. There's your part numbers on there if you're interested, but same thing, it's in the Napa box. SMP. Different color box, same stuff. Oh, this one doesn't look like a meat grinder though, or a meat tenderizer. It's got the flat fins on this one. Shing shing, got some shing to it. We're not gonna bother putting it in right away. Let's just hit the power button. Let's grab our test light. I could be doing it all wrong too. Nope, there we go. This one works. Hooray. Alright, this one works. Look at that. Pays not to second guess yourself, right? You gotta follow the facts, folks. That's all you gotta do. You gotta trust yourself. You gotta tell yourself, trust me. Let's crank her up on full speed here. Oh yeah. We got a blower. Well, actually, let's. Oh, no, this ain't gonna change. We never change anything. What am I doing? Well, because this isn't gonna be full beam, so this is restricted here a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, no, that should be the full 12 volts. Who am I kidding? Yeah, so we're still at average about 21 amps. Okay. All right, so we're still good. Volts average here. Let me get this down here for you guys so you can see. I think we already did this. Been waiting a little while on the motor, or on the resistor here. So yeah, so we're still, 2.1 whatever volts, 100 millivolts per amp. So we're at 2,140 milliamps, or millivolts. Sorry, we're at 2,000 millivolts. Divide that by 100, so we're 20 amps. Your current clamps have the scale right on them. See here, 100 millivolts. 100 millivolts per amp on a 20 amp scale. All right, let's turn that off. I'm gonna put screws back in that thing. I think we're pretty well done here. But this just goes to show you the day-to-day. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's good. New never ever works. But like I say, it's a Standard Motor Products one in that Napa box too. It's all the same stuff. All the same stuff from China. We've probably been better off going and getting a used one. Anyhow, folks, thanks for watching.